Beneath the Earth's crust, catastrophic quakes have shattered civilizations, reshaped landscapes, and rewritten history, uncovering secrets from ancient Chinese seismology to the birth of seismic engineering. From the silent doom of Gansu's 1976 disaster to the ground-shattering might of Chile's 1960 megaquake, these events didn't just destroy, they redefined how humanity builds, survives, and battles the planet's deadliest tremors.
In just 60 seconds, a magnitude 7.8 earthquake killed more people than the entire Vietnam War, and it happened in 1920. Before the quake, Haiyuan was a quiet farming region, dotted with villages and fields stretching for miles. Then, at 8:06 a.m., the earth split open with a force equal to 20,000 tons of TNT, and the ground shook for 45 seconds. Over 30,000 homes collapsed in the first 10 seconds, and by the end, 230,000 people were dead. The quake created a 10-mile-long surface crack, like a giant wound splitting the earth in two. This disaster changed everything. It led to the birth of modern Chinese seismology and new building codes across the country. And scientists still can't explain why the ground cracked so violently, or why the death toll was so high. In 40 seconds, a magnitude 7.9 earthquake killed 3,000 people and changed how cities are built forever. Before the quake, San Francisco was a thriving city, bustling with life and promise. At 5 minutes past 5 in the morning, the ground erupted with a force that would be felt for 20 seconds straight. The earthquake measured 7.9 on the Richter scale, one of the most powerful in US history. Over 28,000 buildings were destroyed or damaged in the city alone, a devastation that stretched for miles. What no one expected was that the quake didn't just shake the ground, it moved the city of San Francisco 15 feet overnight. This disaster birthed modern seismic engineering, and forever changed how cities build for the future. And scientists still can't explain why the ground shifted so dramatically that night. In just 10 minutes, a magnitude 7.9 earthquake killed over 12,000 people and turned Tokyo into ruins. It was a quiet morning at 11 o'clock when the earth beneath Tokyo began to violently shake. The 1923 Great Kanto Earthquake unleashed a force equal to 10,000 nuclear bombs, shaking the city for over 4 minutes. Over 200,000 buildings collapsed in the chaos, leaving entire neighborhoods in complete ruin. 10,000 fires broke out as gas lines shattered, turning the city into a burning inferno. And just when it seemed over, a deadly tsunami hit the coast, with waves as high as 20 feet sweeping away entire villages. The disaster claimed over 13,000 lives and changed the way Japan built its cities forever. Were you alive when this happened? Share your story in the comments. In just 30 seconds, a magnitude 7.8 earthquake killed over 200,000 people and destroyed 20,000 villages in Gansu, China. Before the quake, Gansu was a quiet, rural region with thriving villages and peaceful farmland stretching for miles. On December 16, 1920, the earth beneath Gansu erupted with a magnitude 7.8 quake, one of the most powerful in recorded history. The quake lasted less than a minute, but it was enough to collapse buildings, swallow entire homes, and claim over 200,000 lives. The ground split open for 10 miles, a massive fissure deep enough to drive a car through, still visible today. The disaster reshaped the region. 20,000 villages were destroyed, leaving millions homeless and forever altering the landscape of Gansu. And scientists still can't explain why the ground split open in such a way, a 10-mile crack that still stands as a haunting reminder of the day the earth swallowed Gansu. In a single violent moment, this earthquake shifted the Earth's axis by 6 inches and changed the face of the Himalayas forever. In 1927, the peaceful region of Assam and Bhutan was thriving, unaware of the disaster about to strike. At 8:30 a.m., the ground erupted with a magnitude 8.5 earthquake, one of the most powerful ever recorded in the region. The quake lasted nearly 30 seconds, long enough to destroy 50,000 homes and kill over 20,000 people. Landslides buried entire villages under 100 feet of rock and debris, like a mountain falling from the sky. Scientists later discovered the quake created a new fault line, one that still shifts the Himalayas today. And to this day, no one knows exactly when it might strike again. In 1960, a magnitude 9.5 earthquake struck Chile, so powerful it shifted the Earth's axis by 3 inches. Before the quake, Valdivia was a thriving port city, its people unaware of the disaster about to unfold. At 5:30 a.m. on May 22, the ground erupted with a magnitude 9.5 quake, the largest ever recorded. The tremor lasted 10 minutes, longer than most people can hold their breath, and devastated over 2,000 square miles. Tsunamis up to 20 feet high followed, killing over 2,000 people across the Pacific, from Japan to Hawaii. The quake lifted parts of the coastline nearly 20 feet, reshaping the land overnight, a change still visible today. Were you alive in 1960? Have you ever felt the ground shake beneath you? Share your story in the comments.